is the dangers that come with leaving your children in the car, especially with the triple-digit temperatures that have been happening among us. This can be extremely unsafe. So here to tell us all about it, we have Dr. Leanna Rothstein. Great to have you here, but help us understand, how real is this when it comes to being a problem? Like, are we really seeing this happen a lot?
I mean, anytime kids are dying from heat stroke from being left in a car, which they still are every year, it's a huge problem. So far, nationally, we've had 24 deaths of children being left in cars, unsupervised, or playing in a car and their family members didn't know they were in there. So it's still quite a big problem.
Okay, and help us understand, how can something like this occur? I mean, we know that there are some parents who are making unsafe choices and choosing to leave their children in the car, but there are also those cases where we are overworked, we're overtaxed, and there are parents with new infants, new to parenting. We see very unfortunate situations where parents accidentally leave their children in the car.
Exactly. So I think that any change in environment, so you don't normally drop your kid off at daycare, but you took them that day. It's usually well-assuming parents that just forgot that their child was in the back and went in. That being said, the inside of a car raises temperature extremely quickly. So if the temperature outside is 90 degrees, the inside of the car can sometimes be 40 degrees hotter than that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, and how quickly does that dangerous situation like that set up?
It can set up, the temperature rises really maximum within 30 minutes of it being in the sun. And that does not change if the windows are cracked. It even raises that much when it's not an extremely hot day. So that's why it's so important to have a mechanism to make sure that you don't leave your kids in the car, that they don't have access to car keys, things like that.
Okay, so then give us some ideas of some of these mechanisms that may be beneficial for parents to make sure that we're not putting our children in these unfortunate conditions.
Yeah, so the first thing, like you said, is just there is no safe amount of time for your child to be in a car alone. So even if you think you're just running in to pay for gas, you're just running in to get groceries, there's no safe amount of time. The second would be having some sort of mechanism so that you remember. One kind of cool idea that I heard was putting a stuffed animal in the car seat, and every time you put your kid in the car seat, you put the stuffed animal in the front seat, so that you're constantly reminded, oh, there's a stuffed animal here, that means my baby's in the back. Or you leave your purse and your cell phone in the back, so that you're constantly checking. Another big thing would be, if you ever see a kid, or an animal for that matter, in a closed car on a hot day, just call 911. You don't know how long that kid's been in there. If they're looking sick, just do whatever you can to get the kid out of the car.
Okay, so now we're also asking anyone who's not a parent or anyone who's a witness of a situation, and I'm so glad that you also mentioned pets as well, because that's unfortunate truth, but people do put their pets in cars during hot temperatures. They think, I can just run in for a brief moment. And like you said, in just a matter of moments, so it may feel comfortable outside, within that car, temperatures are in a very dangerous zone. And we also have to keep in mind too that smaller bodies heat much quicker.
Yeah, so the thermal regulation, which means the way that we regulate our body temperature in younger kids, is not the same as adults. So a shorter amount of time might cause their temperatures to rise much quicker. And really anything above 104 degrees can cause heat stroke, and that can lead to really devastating consequences like delirium, coma, and death. So those are the really tragic things that we see.
All right, yeah, thank you so much for bringing these tips up and for really highlighting the importance of this. I know just way too often we hear about an unfortunate situation, and I think the biggest thing as a parent too is this is a situation that can be avoided.
Exactly.
Can easily be avoided.
Definitely. And we have lots more tips and information on childrens.ucdavis.edu, and so you can always go there for more information.
Wonderful. Doctor, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.